Hey everyone, Tony here. Hope you're doing well. It is Monday, December 3rd. Hope you're holding strong in this bear market. I have some positive news to share with you guys. The first is the FinCen, which is the U.S. Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, has added cryptocurrencies to their real estate purchase reporting requirements. Why? Because crypto is a new asset class that is here to stay, and we're starting to see different government branches, such as the FinCen, the CFTC, the SEC, are building out their regulations and laws and requirements and rules based on cryptocurrencies. They're integrating it into existing systems because, like I said, this new asset class is here to stay. And we're going to start seeing crypto obviously roll out in more mainstream into our daily lives. And that's why I urge you to keep holding. Obviously, this is not financial or investment advice, but I'm sharing some facts with you here. And based off the facts, we see the writing on the wall. What's coming? We are in the infrastructure stage of the market. A lot of big players getting in. Government is now rolling out their rules and regulations for crypto. And we have to be patient here for the growth. And 2019, I think, will definitely be big for crypto because you have a launch of many of the big players like your Fidelities, your TD Ameritrades, backed, also pushed their launch to January 24th, 2019. I'm personally predicting a Bitcoin ETF, probably the Van Eck and CBOE getting approved in February. This is what some of the other major players like Mike Novogratz and many others have predicted as well. But we have to wait and see. But at least we have the facts in front of us of what's happening, and it's just a matter of being patient. So the FinCen announced that it has revised its issuance of geographic targeting orders to include cryptocurrencies. GTOs require U.S. title insurance companies in certain geographies to collect and report information on buyers involved in certain real estate transactions. As of November 15th, the title insurance companies, will need to identify the persons behind real estate purchases of over $300,000 if they use cash, check, money order, or cryptocurrencies as part of their purchase. And this includes New York, Florida, California, and Texas. Now, here's the document that they outlined this in. And if you recall, a project that I believe is very disruptive to the real estate industry, Proppy. I invested in this maybe about 5 months ago because I believe the technology is very disruptive, and they started getting making a lot of progress. For example, the state of Vermont here in the United States gave them the okay to go ahead and start moving all title and deeds to the blockchain, to online digital. And they allow you to easily purchase a home. You don't even have to go in person because everything's done on the blockchain, and you can purchase different real estate with cryptocurrencies. And of course, they have their respective tokens. So that's one of the projects I'm personally invested in. And because the real estate market, we know, isn't going anywhere, it's here to stay. And if you can disrupt that process and make it better and faster, which Proppy is doing, you have an opportunity to be really successful. So moving ahead to the next item here. So if you guys recall Maddie Greenspan, who I interviewed maybe a couple of weeks ago from eToro, he's a senior analyst there. He published, he tweeted the following information from Glassdoor. Many of you may know Glassdoor as the employee company reviews. So employees can go on there and give reviews of the company and people who work there. So it's a very a great resource to see how, the culture or what's going on at a company, if it's a good place to work at. Well, they put out a study here, and Maddie tweeted about it. He said the crypto industry is booming. Despite the bear market and despite regulatory uncertainty, startups are hiring at a rapid pace. A Glassdoor study shows the incredible surge in Bitcoin and blockchain related jobs in the United States. So you can see in the chart that jobs keep growing, and obviously the price has been going down, right? We have been in a bear market. But remember, I always tell you guys, you can't just look at prices. You have to look at the business aspect of this, right? You have to look at the investment aspect. Who's moving in the market? Who's doing what? What is the government doing? What is the big money doing? And we're seeing companies are hiring. Why? They're looking not in the short term, but the long term. They're building out their services. Why? Once again, we are in the infrastructure stage of the market. And in this bear market, many companies have started building out services and all kinds of products. So a lot of progress has been made this year, and that's why I think 2019 will be, definitely a major year. And I wrote a blog post on my site talking about mass marketing will be coming, to mainstream guys on crypto, where TD Ameritrade and Fidelity and Bakkt and Starbucks and all these people in ICE will start marketing their crypto trading services. And it's going to be a new asset class that they're going to push and try to grow the same way the stock market did. So interesting information here, and the full report is, of course, on Glassdoor's website. So this is just very interesting stuff here. And you guys can definitely check it out. This is actually from October 18th, so I missed this, but shout out to Maddie for pulling this up. So it looks like the majority of the jobs are coming from the major tech cities: New York City, San Francisco, San Jose, Chicago, Seattle, Washington, around the top 5. So very interesting stuff. Now, LCX Exchange, which we know is partnered with Binance, and they are based in Liechtenstein. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I don't know why when I do these videos I have a problem pronouncing. Maybe it's the fact that I'm on camera or whatever it is, but they got a business license. So progress is being made here, and they are one of the crypto-friendly countries. And it says here, as of November 2018, LCX has been granted a business license of the Liechtenstein Ministry of Economic Affairs to conduct its business in Liechtenstein. LCX is permitted by the Liechtenstein regulator to provide exchange trading services for utility and payment tokens. In providing its service, LCX is applying highest technology standards of KYC, Know Your Customer, and AML to safeguard fulfillment of all regulatory requirements for AML and KYC. So progress being made, guys, here, see, even in the bear market. So this is the things you have to look at as an investor, right? Knowledge is power here, and you have to know the moving parts and components and who's doing what's the big money doing, what steps are being taken to build out services, and who's behind the scenes, and who watch the money where it's going. So definitely a good sign here. Now, if you guys recall, if you've been a subscriber of this channel, I've always said that I'm not going to hold privacy coins because the governments are going to start cracking down on them. And we got some news here. The U.S. government is interested in tracking privacy coins, new document shows. And we heard about India, I believe, was going to ban them. So privacy coins really put a target on you, because obviously the government's going to want to know what you're doing with those coins, how, money laundering, funding illegal activity, that type of thing. So I'm not against privacy coins. I just don't want to deal with the problems that are going to follow it, if you understand what I'm saying, where the governments, because we can't just say, okay, we want government regulation so big money could come in and then tell them not to look at privacy coins. You can't have both, you know what I mean? So that's why I personally stayed away. Or if it wasn't an issue, I would get like Monero, right? But this is what's ahead, and I'm not touching privacy coins. So just letting you guys know. So let me just give you some more details. U.S. Department of Homeland Security wants to know if tracking transactions conducted using privacy coins is feasible. A new pre-solicitation document published by the DHS Small Business Innovation Research Program discusses the use of cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoins for transactions. While the document notes that there are both commercial and government uses for crypto, the topic specifically focuses on finding a way to conduct forensic analysis on privacy-focused coins if they are used for criminal activity. So, they're going to go after it and want to know who's using it and what's happening. There's going to be some strict rules and regulations around it. So, I want to let you guys know about that. Moving ahead to some XRP news, Warren Paul Anderson, who's a Ripple employee, it was funny enough, he replied to some folks at TransferWise, the co-founder and CEO of TransferWise, talking about Ripple's xRapid, because that person said, when you find an international fiat to crypto fiat route which is cheaper and faster than TransferWise and also legal, then please let us know. Fundamentally, which expense would you expect to be removed? It looks like he goes deeper here into a whole. Anyway, but the takeaway of this is Warren Paul Anderson here, advised him, hey, check out Ripple's xRapid product, which can help TransferWise save a lot of time and money into certain corridors. We keep hearing from xRapid customers that cost removal of pre-funded Nostro accounts is a game changer with XRP. Now, I know, if I'm not mistaken, TransferWise was at the Ripple Swell conference. I may be wrong about that, but I'm sure they know about it, and he's telling them about that. This is a solution that you can use. So as you can see, Ripple's goal, guys, is to get as many banks and financial institutions and payment service providers to use xRapid, and obviously which leverages XRP. So very big use case and utility here, and that's why I am so bullish on it. Moving ahead, shout out to Leonidas. XRP has been listed on KuCoin with XRP, a bunch of XRP pairings here. Obviously Bitcoin, US Tether, and Pax, and ETH, and NEO, and so forth. There's also a special offer here from KuCoin. They said users will enjoy 99% off the trading fees on XRP pairs. So you guys can definitely check that out if you have an account there. Let me see where they're based. I think it's definitely overseas here. Let me pull this up. It looks like AMB Crypto saw this as well, and they did an article on it. So it's taking pretty long to load. Here we go. Doesn't say where they're based, which is weird. But I know it's, as far as I remember, they are definitely overseas. So yeah, so they got a whole bunch of pairs here, and they're giving a discount. So definitely check it out, guys, if this is within your region. But we're continuing to see just the addition of XRP across the board, with a lot of different pairings and fiat pairings, and some exchanges using XRP as a base currency as well. So this is definitely part of the utility that we're looking for, because it's really a big part of what drives Bitcoin's utility, where Bitcoin is across the board on all the exchanges, has the respective fiat pairings. It's used as a base currency. People use it to trade. So if XRP were to capture that, because it's faster, obviously more scalable, more transactions per second, cheaper to use, if it were to capture some of this activity, even from the trading, that would, of course, increase its volume. MoneyNet, by the way, which is a Ripple partner, they have highlighted here, which is interesting, on their site, Ripple, Swift, Visa, MasterCard. So this is something you're going to have to get used to seeing, because, we're so used to seeing all these other technology items highlighted on our websites, Swift, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and so forth, used there for years, right? American Express accepted here. Well, or powered by such and such. Well, now Ripple, it will be part of that. This is a great sign as far as the adoption and integration and partnerships, and very big things are ahead. Shout out to Leonidas again. This guy does some really crazy good research here. Spot On, a payment processing services company, today announced that its merchants will soon be able to process transactions using cryptocurrency, including Bitcoin, Stellar Lumens, XRP, and ETH through its new partnership with Vault Bank. So this is interesting. And let's see. Let me pull this up here. So they're a merchant service. I just want to see, make sure where they're based as well. It says everywhere as far as their location, but great to see the continued adoption here. Obviously not just XRP, but also Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Stellar Lumens. So big win here. Moving ahead, CoinZoom has registered as a digital currency exchange with financial watchdog Austrac, to operate legally according to Australian law. When it launches in Q1, it will support a variety of digital assets, including XRP, looks like Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. But this is more exchanges coming into the market. And we saw just a wave of exchanges this past year, even in the bear market, even in the price going down, just exchanges popping up everywhere. It almost seems like there's too many. But, one of the problems that we incurred last year with the bull run, exchanges couldn't handle the volume. They had to close registrations and shut down for, weeks, even months. And I don't think we're going to have that issue this time around. There's a lot more options. A lot of those exchanges learned from their issues and got more servers, built out their customer service folks, and all those people who handle customer service and all that. So continued growth even in this bear market. So that's why I always tell you guys, you can't just look at the prices. You have to look at the actual moves happening in the market. Who's setting up shop? Who's building services? What's the big money doing? What are the governments doing? So great sign. Now, want to wrap it up here with while it's not specific to crypto here, it's very big. Ohio accelerators to pump over $100 million into blockchain startups. This is really big. We just heard recently, and I reported on this, Ohio will accept Bitcoin for taxes, where businesses can start, then it'll have individuals. So Ohio is looking to be crypto and blockchain friendly here. And let me give you some details. According to a report from Cleveland.com on Monday, Jumpstart, an Ohio-based nonprofit that supports and funds startups, is to invest $100 million in early-stage blockchain firms focused on business or government use cases alongside 6 other funds in the state. Another business accelerator, Flash Starts, from Ohio's Cleveland City, is reportedly also making $6 million available to enable startups to raise pre-seed funding rounds. So if you were just paying attention to the prices and you weren't listening to the news or watching these type of moves, you would be like the weak hands who are like, I'm done, I'm giving up, right? Because they don't see the bigger picture. They don't see the long-term goal here. They just see they have tunnel vision. They just see the short term. But these people are not pumping money into these companies to waste it, to throw it away. They're looking for, of course, an ROI, right? And they're looking ahead. I think this bear market, in hindsight, it was definitely good because it allowed people to not focus on the price so much and start focusing on building out services. And going back to what I've said before, infrastructure, foundation being laid for launch. And I hope you keep holding. I hope you see the bigger picture, the vision here. I'm obviously sharing facts with you. I'm not pulling stuff out of the air, making stuff up. So obviously you guys can look this news up yourself to validate it yourself, read through all the details. I highly recommend you do that. If you're investing in stocks, you should do the same thing. If you're investing in real estate, you should be looking at the area you invest in real estate in, what's happening in the market trends, the news. What's the government doing that could affect the real estate market. So you got to pay attention to all these details. It's very important. This way you're not moving with every wave of market cycles, right? Bear or bull or corrections or manipulation. And you're focused on the long term. So I hope you guys grasp that. That's super important. I know some people who are new to the market, they see these things and they're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? But you got to step back and not look at just the price, but look at what's being built behind the scenes here. So guys, what do you think about this news? A lot of stuff I covered here, and would love to hear what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. If you find this video or my channel helpful, you want to share with your friends and family who want to learn about crypto. I take a factual approach here, no over speculating. I would love for you to share, and we help grow the community here. And I'm gonna probably have some time coming up in the next 3 weeks or so where I can focus more on some of the topics that I've seen some people ask about. Oh, can you review this coin, or what do you think about this project? I can try to do some videos around that. So if you have any projects you want me to take a look at and do a review, I certainly can. I'm not promising something next week, but I think in the next 3 weeks or so I'll have some time. So definitely leave your comments below, and I'll take a look and try to get around to making as many of the videos about those respective projects and so forth. So thank you guys for your support, and I'll talk to you all later.